You won't believe what happened to me last summer. I saved a girl's life, and now I can't get rid of her. No, seriously. She follows me everywhere. To work, to the gym, even to my apartment. And the worst part? No one else seems to notice her but me. It was July 15th, and I was hiking near Canyon Lake in Arizona. I'm a wildlife photographer, so I'm always looking for the perfect shot. The heat was brutal that day, 105 degrees. As I reached the river, I heard splashing. Not the fun kind, the desperate kind. I dropped my camera and ran. There she was. A girl, maybe 17 or 18, struggling in the water. The current had her. Without thinking, I dove in. The water was freezing despite the heat. I grabbed her arm, but she was panicking, pulling me under. Stop fighting. I yelled. I've got you. It took everything I had, but I managed to drag her to shore. She was coughing, gasping for air. Her clothes were traditional, woven patterns I'd never seen before. Turquoise jewelry. Beautiful but old-fashioned. Are you okay? I asked. She looked at me with these intense dark eyes and said something in a language I didn't understand. Then she touched my forehead with 2 fingers and whispered one word I did understand. Bound. Then she collapsed. I called 911, but when the paramedics arrived, they found nothing. No footprints in the sand except mine. No wet clothes. Nothing. Sir, are you feeling all right? The paramedic asked. Have you been in the sun too long? I thought I was losing it. That night, I was back in my Phoenix apartment, trying to forget the whole thing. Then I saw her, standing in my kitchen. I screamed. She didn't react. How did you get in here? I demanded. The door was locked. Windows closed. She just smiled and said in perfect English, I go where you go now. You saved me. I am bound to you. Bound? What does that mean? It means I protect you. I serve you. Until the debt is paid. I don't need protection, and you can't just live here. But when I tried to call the police, she vanished. Just disappeared into thin air. I thought it was over. I was wrong. The next morning, I woke up to the smell of coffee. SHE was in my kitchen, making breakfast. You need to leave, I said firmly. I cannot, she replied, until the life debt is fulfilled. What life debt? You pulled me from the water of forgetting. Now I am tethered to this world to you. This is when I started to realize she wasn't just any girl. She told me her name was Emily. She was Apache, but not from now. Over the next few days, it got worse. She followed me everywhere. At work, she sat in the corner of my office. My boss walked right past her. Didn't see her. At the coffee shop, she stood behind me in line. The barista looked right through her. At the gym, she spotted me on the bench press. The other gym bros had no idea. Only I could see her. Why can't anyone else see you? I finally asked. Because you are the one who pulled me from the boundary between worlds. Only you can perceive me until I am released. Boundary between worlds? Are you dead? She went quiet. Then, I was drowning in 1876. In this very river. A flash flood took my village. I was the last one, and I drowned until you pulled me back. Now I am caught between. I felt terrible, but also freaked out. I had a ghost following me around. Then things got dangerous. One night, I was walking home late. 3 guys cornered me in an alley. One had a knife, wallet, phone. Now, before I could react, Ayana appeared between us. Her eyes turned completely black. The temperature dropped 20 degrees instantly. You will not harm him, she said in a voice that echoed. The guys couldn't see her, but they felt her. One guy's knife flew out of his hand. Another got thrown against the wall by invisible force. They ran, screaming. You can do that. I gasped. I protect what is mine to protect, she said simply. After that night, I stopped trying to get rid of her. Maybe having a guardian spirit wasn't so bad. But then she told me something that changed everything. There is something you must know, Emily said one evening. The reason I drowned, it was not an accident. What do you mean? My village was destroyed because we were protecting something. A sacred place. White settlers wanted the land. We refused. That's horrible. They diverted the river. But what does that have to do with me? The place we protected, it is in danger again. Development. They want to build there. The spirits are angry. If the sacred ground is disturbed, something terrible will be released. What kind of terrible? She looked at me with fear in her eyes. The first time I'd seen her scared. The reason I am bound to you is not random. You are a descendant. Your great-great-grandmother was from my village. She survived because she was visiting family that day. The spirits chose you to pull me back. You are meant to help me stop what is coming. My blood ran cold. I don't know anything about my heritage. I was adopted. The blood knows, even if you do not. She showed me the location on a map. A construction site was breaking ground in 3 days, right on the spot where her village once stood. What happens if they dig there? I asked. A curse, placed by the dying members of my tribe. Anyone who desecrates the ground will suffer. But worse, there is something buried there. Something that should never be uncovered. What? A doorway to the place where angry spirits dwell. If it opens, this city will never be the same. I had a choice. Ignore a ghost story and live my normal life, or believe this Apache girl who had been following me for 2 weeks and somehow try to stop a construction project. I looked at Emily. She had saved my life. Maybe it was time to return the favor. Okay, I said. What do we do? For the first time since I'd met her, she smiled, a real, genuine smile. We stopped them. Together. The next morning, I went to the construction site. I tried talking to the foreman, showed him historical documents about the Apache village. He laughed me out. Kid, we have permits. State approved. Nothing you can do. That night, Emily and I went back. She could interact with the physical world when she concentrated hard enough. Together, we performed a ritual she remembered from her childhood. We placed sacred stones in a circle around the dig site. She sang in her language, words that made the air vibrate. I felt power flowing through the ground. This will hold them, she said. For a time. But you must find another way. I spent the next 2 days making calls. Tribal councils, historical societies, news outlets. Finally, one reporter was interested. The story went viral. Apache's sacred site, threatened by development. The pressure worked. The construction company backed off. The land was designated a protected cultural site. The day the announcement was made, Ayana came to me. She looked different, lighter somehow. More at peace. It is done, she said. The debt is fulfilled. I can go now. Go where? To where I was meant to go. 147 years ago. I felt a sudden sadness. Will I ever see you again? In dreams, perhaps. In the wind. In the spirit of the river. She placed her hand on my chest. Thank you. For seeing me when no one else could. For believing. For saving more than just me. Thank you for saving me, I said. Multiple times. She smiled one last time. Then, as the sun rose over the canyon, she faded into light and was gone. I stood there alone. But not really alone. I could feel her presence, faint but real, like a guardian angel watching over me. Some debts, I learned, are worth paying, and some bonds last beyond life itself. So that's my story. The Apache girl who followed me everywhere is gone now. But sometimes, when I'm in danger, or making a big decision, I feel a presence. A whisper in my ear. Guidance from beyond. I saved her from drowning. But really? She saved me too. What do you think? Have you ever experienced something you can't explain? Let me know in the comments. And remember, when you save someone's life, you never know how they might save yours in return. Thanks for watching.